It's April 2022, and the sound of air sirens reign on the streets of Ukraine. Disability Rights International brought a team of legal and medical experts to visit Ukraine's orphanages for children with disabilities during wartime and found that Ukraine's children with disabilities with the greatest support needs are living in atrocious conditions, entirely overlooked by major international relief agencies and receiving little support from abroad.
This is a room of children who have been evacuated from, I believe, the Chernigov region. This was not meant to be a residential area, so the beds are literally pushed end to end. It's hard for the kids to get in and out of bed. The director apologized, says he's had to turn away kids from other parts of Ukraine, that they're overwhelmed, that they simply don't have more space. He's making do. He wouldn't tell us whether he had more budget to deal with these kids. He said he didn't want to complain. It's a war. We do what we have to do. So no complaints from the director. They're making do with what they have. He said it would have been a lot easier just to say, no, we won't take these kids. But he's taking them. He's trying to make do. And here they are. Look at that. Look at how those legs. She picked the kid up and his legs did not move at all.
Scoliosis, kyphosis. I mean, look at this.
What is that?
This is the spine is permanently damaged.
She said she needs additional staff because they only had staff for the children they had. She's ready to retire.
You are doing heroic work. Tell her.
There needs to be professional physical and occupational therapists who can evaluate these children and get them the proper positioning, equipment, and to teach the staff the importance of getting the kids to move around. They're going to develop more contractures, even more severely depressed. This is not an environment that children should be raised and living in.
They never leave their beds except to be washed. But as you can see, this is a line of beds completely lined up next to each other. It cannot be simple or easy to get in here and individually care for. There's no clear plan right now on where these children will go. This is the care plan.
Right. So this room is for the evacuees from the institution in the east. 14 people in a room, all in bed, no room to really get out or do anything. They seem to be in bed all the time.
I asked if they measure his head every day, and they said no. They had absolutely no idea.
And they also said it was recent and that they couldn't get treatment because of the war, but this is something that would have to have developed over a much longer period of time.
I haven't seen anybody with untreated hydrocephalus since the early 70s. With his head this size, it's certainly affecting his cognition, if not his vision. This is absolute abuse, not just neglect.
Everyone in this room transferred from Donetsk? Yeah. You can hear the sounds of the rhythmic chewing of the self-abusive behavior.
So now they have to assess individual needs of these children because they were just dumped on them without any instruction and any previous history of them. So she doesn't know what was happening to this child earlier.
You have a situation where you have one doctor, effectively, part-time, 2 days a week. When we ask the nurses, they're doing heroes' work. They're taking care of these children, but with very limited resources and without much, if any, medical guidance.
Before the war, children in Ukraine's orphanages were cut off from loving care, health services, and their families. Since the war, the increased numbers in already crowded institutions have produced even more atrocious conditions. Immediate action is needed to identify where children are located in remote facilities and ensure they receive protection for their health and safety. To make this possible, there must be a commitment on the part of Ukraine's government from a policy of segregating children with disabilities to recognition of the right of every child to live and grow up in a family, as protected by the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which Ukraine has ratified.